All right, let's jump right into a question that's literally moving from the world of science fiction to the real-life labs at NASA. And it's a big one. Can we really trust an AI out there in the final frontier? Let's dive in.
Okay, put yourself in this situation for a second. Imagine you're on a 7-month journey to Mars. You're sealed inside a spacecraft with 5 other people. But there's a 7th crewmate, and it's not a person. It's a computer, an AI. This thing helps run the ship, it's monitoring your health, it's there for emergencies. So, here's the real question. Deep down, could you trust it?
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? I mean, for more than 50 years, our culture has been kind of obsessed with this idea of the rogue AI. You know, HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey is the classic example. This quote just nails the psychological barrier astronauts are going to face. It's not just about the tech, it's all about trust.
So, the big question is, how do we get past this HAL 9000 problem? Well, it turns out scientists are taking this way more seriously than you might think. They're actually turning this classic movie idea into a real, intense subject of scientific research. And we're not just talking about thought experiments here. No, researchers are actively studying how real people collaborate with AI in these super high-stakes situations. And believe me, what they're finding is it's fascinating. Okay, so how on earth do you test this stuff without, actually going to Mars? Well, you build an incredibly realistic simulation. You basically put real people in a can for a long, long time, and then you throw an AI crewmate into the mix and see what happens.
And this is where it gets really cool. This research is happening in a special NASA habitat. It's called HERA, which stands for Human Exploration Research Analog. Think of it like a mock spacecraft right here on Earth, designed to be just as isolated and stressful as a real deep space mission. So there was this recent study led by a Dr. Daniel Salva from Texas A&M University, and they did exactly this, right inside HERA. His team was watching how crews worked with an AI, and they are measuring everything, their trust levels, how well they performed, both during the boring, everyday stuff and during sudden, high-pressure emergencies.
So what did they find out about this new kind of crewmate? Well, the results were not what anyone expected at all. It really challenged some of the basic ideas we have about how people and machines are supposed to get along.
Yeah, the results were a total scientific curveball. See, the researchers went in thinking, okay, a more helpful, more independent AI, that's going to build more trust, right? But they found the exact opposite. When the AI started getting a little too proactive, especially during complicated tasks, the crew's trust in it and even their own performance actually went down. So it turns out this whole thing is way more complicated than just a simple yes or no on trust.
So what does a surprise like that tell us about our future with AI in space? It tells us that the perfect AI crewmate isn't just about being the smartest or most helpful. It's all about finding this perfect balance. You know, if it doesn't do enough, it's useless. But if it does too much, it actually messes with the human crew's own sense of control, especially when things get stressful. It's a really complex psychological dance, not just a coding problem.
And this is where we zoom out to the really big picture. Figuring out these little details, this isn't just some academic thing. This is absolutely critical for the success and the safety of humanity's next giant leap out into the solar system. You can really see the shift in thinking here. The old story, the sci-fi story, is all about conflict. But the new scientific reality, it's all about the challenge of collaboration. The goal isn't to stop a rogue AI like HAL, it's to figure out how to build a real partnership with a helpful one.
So, here's the bottom line, the most crucial point. Before we can send people on a journey to another planet that's going to take years, we have to solve the human part of the equation. And guess what? In the 21st century, the AI is now part of that human element. Getting that relationship right is every bit as important as building a rocket that won't blow up.
So, as we're standing here, right on the edge of becoming a species that lives on more than one planet, maybe the next great frontier isn't a place, like Mars. Maybe it's a new kind of relationship, a new kind of team, one that mixes human and artificial intelligence to go explore the cosmos together. Makes you wonder, what's that future actually going to look like?